Hey, what's up, everybody? I just thought I would change things up, move to a different area, gain a new perspective on life. And I'm joined here by my friend, A Pumpkin. Today I want to talk about developing your introverted thinking, your TI. Now, this is something that a lot of INFJs need to do because for about half of you out there, introverted thinking is going to be a demon function. Luckily for the INFJ, it's something that it feels a little bit more within your grasp. You're like, introverted thinking, I'm scared of it, but I can do it, man. I can handle it. It's not like extroverted sensing where you're like, get away. Get away from me. It's not like that. What is introverted thinking and how is it a demon for a lot of us? Not all of us. Some of us prefer the introverted thinking, and it's the extroverted feeling that some of us need to develop, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about those of us like me for whom introverted thinking is a demon. So don't get too hung up on the thinking versus feeling dichotomy here. Don't think that a feeling type like an INFJ can't be logical and can't think. It has to do more with the introverted versus extroverted spectrum there. So extroverted feeling, we're looking out at everyone else. We're really concerned with what is everyone else feeling and what are they all like and what are all the values, the spectrum of values that everyone has. When that is your savior, you're oriented towards looking at everyone else and checking in with them before you check in with yourself. And that's where the TI is when you're checking in with yourself first. If you're too hopped up on extroverted feeling and you're neglecting the introverted thinking, what is going to happen is you're constantly looking for validation from others, and it's almost like you're not allowed to have an opinion or to do what you want unless you feel like everyone else is in on it. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own identity to go forward and make decisions. And clearly this is something that we got to get a handle on because you got to live your own life. You can't just spend your life looking around at everyone else, taking care of everyone else, and then making your decisions based off of what everyone else is thinking. I mean, to give you an example from my own life, when I was in high school looking for colleges to go to and apply to, my introverted thinking wasn't even really on my radar. I was just looking out at what everyone else thought was a good idea for me and like what my parents wanted, where they wanted me to go, what they felt most comfortable with. And then after they kind of gave their 2 cents, then I felt okay to go along with the decision. As you get into your 20s, you become more aware of it. You become more aware of your own identity. It's at that point where you go into this other thing of knowing the decision that you want to make. But as I mentioned before, first you have to go out and see what everyone else thinks and make sure that they like the idea. Like with that example I brought up with me looking for colleges earlier, let's just say for an example that I knew where I wanted to go and I had my reasons for doing it and I was like, yeah, this is right for me. But wouldn't feel like I could say that until I put it out to other people and said, hey, I'm thinking about this place. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Do you like this place? And you want to go out and get everyone else's opinion before yours has the right to be heard, because your opinion, when you have low TI, when you have demon TI, your opinion and what you want and your decisions you don't trust them. And of course, the problem is that because we don't trust it, there are times when we get into conflict with other people where they will start maybe, out of a good place. I've had this happen before where friends or people I've been dating have been telling me what their opinion was about what I should be doing, like with my life. And the problem with that is when you start to talk about what are you doing with your life? Like, this isn't some stupid decision like where are we going to dinner or, what kind of pumpkin am I going to buy? Like a bigger decision like what kind of job should you get and what should your strategy be for making your life better, that speaks directly to your identity. And that's when it starts to come out and manifest itself in conflicts with others. Because I had people telling me, you should do this, you should get this job. And it just felt totally wrong because I knew in my head vaguely what I wanted to do, or at least I knew that what they were telling me was not what I wanted to do. And it was difficult because as a demon function, I didn't trust myself to just say, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not the decision that I want to make. And then I wasn't really able to back it up with any other reasons of my own, because having that weak identity, that weak TI, meant that I was just overwhelmed by the other. I was overwhelmed by my FE, just trying to still take in the spectrum of everyone else's opinions and values. And if you let this go on too long, it's going to turn into this thing where you feel frustrated because it's like, I can't stand up for myself. I can't just tell people what I want, and I can't do things that will make conflict with other people because it's not what they want. But to develop that to where the point where you can say to yourself, my decisions are just as valid even if no one else agrees, even if no one else gives me validation. What it really takes to begin with is, first of all, I think it comes with telling yourself that I am enough to make these decisions. Like, I am capable, because sometimes we don't think we're capable, and we don't think that we are enough in our own identity to make decisions without other people's help. Or maybe not help, but at least without knowing what everyone else thinks of our decision first, you see? And it's difficult when you're very aware of what everyone else will feel because of a decision you make, and you know it's the right decision for you, but it's not, in the short term, a great decision for everyone else. And that's going to be very difficult for you until you can convince yourself, or at least fake it, that you know best for yourself and can step forward with some kind of confidence, even if you have to just fake it at first, that yes, this decision I made on my own without prioritizing other people before me, this decision is good. And it's okay for me to do that. I don't need to be validated. I don't need everyone else to tell me, yeah, good idea, go for it. And there can be a lot of places in life where, and there will be a lot of places in life where you just need to do that. If you have big dreams, not everyone is going to get on board with that. Most people might not get on board with that because subconsciously, a lot of people don't want you to succeed in life more than they have. And we hope that our family and friends are going to be there for us and want us to just be the best that we can be. But to be honest, a lot of people don't want that. Even if they won't say it, they don't want you to leave them behind. And it could just be something as simple as cleaning your room while everyone around you is a big mess. They're going to resist that because in their mind, they're like, oh, what does he think? He's better than me because he's cleaning his room? Something like that. Or maybe it's something even bigger, like a huge thing. Like you have a big dream for a goal you want to pursue that's kind of crazy. You know, you have some business plan or just some plan for your life of what you want to do, and you know it's right for yourself. It's going to be very difficult for you when you meet resistance, when other people don't want to lose you. They don't want you to go off and go to bigger and better things. And it's not because they're malicious. It's because a lot of people don't have the guts to do it for themselves. And so you just need to be like that kid in that video and say goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. And say goodbye in that sense of, I'm making this decision and moving forward. And now you've got to get on board whether you like it or not. If you want to stick around in my life, which seems like, and it seems like when you're going hardcore on that, on your identity, it seems like you're being rough on everyone. It seems like you're being a jerk and you're being selfish, but it's not. I mean, well, you can take it to an extreme, but when you have really thought about it and you think that these things that you want are for the overall good, even then, if other people aren't on board and your savior is extroverted feeling, your savior is prioritizing everyone else's opinions above your own, it's going to seem way, way more difficult to be who you are and who you want to be than for someone who doesn't have that, for someone who is, savior FI or TI. It's okay to go with what you want and your decisions, even if it's not popular, even if you don't get validation. If you know it's right for you, you need to be able to develop faith in yourself and to understand that it is a demon, that it feels wrong. And it feels wrong not because it is wrong, but just because you're oriented in such a way where you're always looking outward. You're looking outward first before you look inward. And so it feels unnatural to look inward first. And look, you need people. It's good to have other people's advice. We're not all-knowing. We're not totally wise. And sometimes we can be misguided, and sometimes we can be selfish. But I think when you have TI as a demon, more often than not, you're going to get a lot of false positives, I guess, with that. When you're going to think you're always being selfish, when you prioritize your opinions, and you're not. It's okay. So that's my message for today. Develop that TI. Be okay with it. The good news is it's not going to be as difficult for you as it may seem. It's going to be a bit easier to develop that, and I think you can do it. Me and this pumpkin here think you can do it. Don't always be looking for validation, and don't always be looking for everyone's approval. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and goodbye to all the people who hated on me. That's all I have to say. All right, take care.